Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nick with What I'm Watching, and today I'm here to talk with you about the film The Turnpike Killer. This is a serial killer film that was released in 2009, and I was able to grab the recent video release. It came in a DVD VHS combo pack, and it came in an oversized box. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. I wish I could show it to you, but you just got to glimpse the uncensored DVD cover art, which was pretty cool. Get to see some titties and stuff and a little blood on there. Good way to market your film. Well, this movie was directed by a team of Evan Macrogiannis and Brian Weaver. I apologize if I mispronounced the name, Evan, but you guys did a wonderful job, and they both wrote and directed the film, so I always like it when the director also is the writer, because I think they put a little extra care into their film, and this was obviously the case in this one. Let's go ahead and jump right in. This was a pretty hardcore film. It reminded me of one of the 80s video nasties, and I think that's what they were kind of going for. It's a serial killer film that really just pulls no punches. The gore, there's plenty of gore, and it was really well done. There's a scene where the killer has broken into a house and he beats up the boyfriend of this chick and ties him to a chair so he can watch when he's like tormenting him. And he's sitting there and he's got the girl, and he's got the knife to her throat, and he's like, "You want her? Take her." And he cuts her throat, and I mean, he just comes right across. There's no cut away from the camera or anything, and it just opens up, and it's like, I mean, it was fucking badass, man. I gotta give it up. I don't know who did the effects on this. I guess it's me being lazy on my part, but for not researching it. But man, the effects were top notch. And this movie really, it didn't have any real slow parts to it. I mean, right when it opens up, it opens on him at his little house with his torture chamber, and he's got these chicks chained up, and they're all butthole naked, and they're like crying, and he's sitting there wearing a mask, and he goes and kills one right within the first couple minutes of the film starting. So, I mean, it jumps right in, full speed ahead. So, fans of extreme cinema will definitely be pleased by that. The main character is a dude named John, and he looks like and acts like and talks like a member of the Jersey Shore television show. This guy looks like represents the epitome of the douchebag meathead motherfucker who always wants to like start shit with you at the bar or something like that. Somebody I would totally never want to hang out with or associate with in real life. So they did a really good job of making you dislike the killer, which in a lot of horror movies, fans, they cheer for the killer, but not this time around. This guy, he's just seems like a real asshole, someone that you wouldn't want to hang out with. And so, and we shouldn't like killers. They're not somebody that we're supposed to cheer on, even though we do. But they did a really good job of making us not like him. And you're not supposed to judge people in the way they look, and we're all guilty of that. But I always get curious about the people that perform in these movies. I wonder what the dude who played John is really like, Bill McLaughlin. I wonder if he really is a big old meathead dickhead, or if he's a cool dude. I don't know. But anyway, he did a great job of playing an asshole, and he did a great job of playing a psychopath. It reminded me of someone who had been on roids, that had his rage issues, And throughout the movie, he has an internal voice that he hears that tells him what to do, And the voice is it's just like a creepy old man. And he starts comparing him to being a wolf and being a hunter, and to using the city as his woods, and to blend in and to stalk his prey. And that really added a dimension to this film, I thought, because you get to see the guy walking around killing, but it gives you a little bit of insight into why he's doing it. He's driven by this voice that you hear in his head, and later on in the film the voice is revealed. They reveal who it is, but we'll get to that in a minute. But Ruby LaRocca, everybody knows, super hot, super awesome chick, and she's in this film. She's one of the victims. You'll see her on some of the videotape footage that is on it. We also have Edgar Moyer, I think I'm pronouncing that right. He plays the detective, and he reminded me of kind of like an Ice-T, Law and Order type character. He did a good job, and I think he added a little bit of professionalism to this film. A lot of these underground horror films, they don't have a top-notch cast or anything like that. Not saying this guy's like an A-list star or anything, but he, I don't know, man, he just really added something to the movie, I thought, and good stuff. And like I said, Evan and Brian really did a great job on this film. The look of the film had, it looked like an 80s film, the film stock looked kind of rough, and it was kind of grainy in parts, and the colors, you know how movies back then, they not everything was so sharp and crisp. It had I don't know, the colors in this movie were really awesome. I don't know if that was intentional on the director's part, but I thought it added another dimension to the film and gave it a lot more atmosphere. And you could tell that the movie was low budget, but the special effects were top notch. And I'm really glad that I own this movie. And the tagline is, "You cannot escape him when all roads lead to death." And I thought that was pretty cool. The movie is called The Turnpike Killer, and it takes place near the Jersey Turnpike. But it's a serial killer film, and if you're a fan of the serial killer genre, then you will definitely appreciate this movie. Let's see, what else can I say about it? I guess this is the time where I'm going to say there's some spoilers coming up. So if you haven't seen the movie and you want to turn it off, now would be the time to do so. So as he's going through killing, his rage consumes him and he starts making mistakes. Well, eventually the police end up on his tail, and they end up coming to him, and it's basically a showdown, and he ends up, the cops end up taking him out. But just when you think it's safe for the main victim, the chosen one, this chick that he was obsessed with, that he was stalking, she thinks since he's dead she's safe, but no, that's when Manouche shows up, and she kidnaps the chick, and they take her back, and she wakes up, and she's tied to a table, naked of course, yes, and all these people in black robes are surrounding her, so you're wondering what's going on. Well, apparently it's a cult, and the voice that you heard throughout the film guiding John to do his killings was John's father, and it flashes back and shows him when he's a little boy and how he would follow his father's teachings to rid the world of these evil women. This guy, his dad obviously had some hookups, hang-ups about women, and they passed him on to his son in a major way. But I thought it was cool because they were all hail Abraxas. And if you don't know who Abraxas is, it's like this demon, god, creature, entity that predates Jesus Christ. And you can look him up. It's very interesting stuff. But also, which is cool, is I have a Rottweiler, and his name is Braxis. So, yeah, shout out to my Rottie. And I just thought that was straight, how they incorporated that story. So there's even a deeper story than just a typical serial killer movie, which you see at the end. It's all revealed at the end. But like I said, this reminded me of one of the 80s video nasties. And at the beginning, they even had the old cheesy, shit-looking FBI warning that you would see at the beginning of VHS tapes. So they were going for kind of a retro type of thing, kind of a old-school 80s appeal, and they achieved that. And but they still offered an original product. The gore is super great. The movie is just top-notch. The only thing I didn't like is I really didn't like the killer, just because he was the type of dude that I just don't like. He looked like the frat guy, and just you know what I'm saying. It's just the king of douchebags, but I'm sure he's a very nice guy in real life. But the movie was rocking. Like I said, Turnpike Killer, check it out. I'm sure it's still available for purchase. You can reach Evan on Facebook. I want to give a shout out to Beneath the Underground. They are an excellent Facebook group where you can meet lots of like-minded people. Go check it out, join up, meet lots of friends that are into the same crazy shit that you're into. I also like to give a shout out to Lair of Terror. That's another group that I'm in. Lots of nice people, united by the common love of horror movies. So join up there and check us out. Don't really know what I'm going to be talking about next time. I've got so many movies and so many things that I just, I kind of just go with where the day takes me. So again, my name is Nick, and I thank you for watching, and have a great day.